Say hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Alongside me again, back-to-back Max, as I like to call him now. Connor Mac. Connor, how you doing?
I'm good. Back to back. Chizax here. Hopefully we have back to back good days. I had a pretty solid day, all the way around, 3-1, and Rays got me. I bet that under. I took it, but with the show 3-1, the Rays did not get it done. I thought they bounced back. Tyon was both pitchers were good, but he
Not
was
bad.
money. And the Rays, we talked about their struggle hitting, got me a little bit, but good day overall. Reds Giants under, Mets Phillies went over, Cardinals won. A few dogs I wish I was on, and we'll get into those maybe later. But all in all, good ones. But let's get to the day. Big card
Yeah,
here. Saturday, baby.
fun, big card. Two double headers on the card. A lot of fun. Yesterday, quick recap: 2-1-1 for me. I got lucky. After I got my double Boston massacre, I turned off the Padres game. I was like, I'm sick of this. I'm going to bed. Whatever. I didn't go to bed. I had to do stuff for today. And luckily, the fucking Padres pull a push out of their ass. Give me a 4. I had the team total over 4, so I went 2-1-1, up a unit yesterday. So not bad overall, all things considered. 169.55 and 16 units up on the season so far. Before we get into Say Hey Plays 52 officially, let's talk about our friends at Dr. Squatch. We've talked about in the last couple of days the official presenting sponsor of Say Hey Plays, the Galaxy Bundle, the Black Hole, Connor's favorite soap. I know that now. Connor's favorite soap for
No,
sure.
I
Today,
just was taken aback by it, but
well, good. That's the whole point. The black hole. It smells great. It's natural soap. It's got a great name, and it looks lovely, Connor. Starting yesterday, going on today until Monday is the Memorial Day sale right now, guys. Remember, the Memorial Day sale is spend 45, you save 10, you spend 60, you save 15 with promo codes Memorial 10 and Memorial 15. I'm going to double check right now, actually, and see if the promo code, or I should say, the link is in the description for our friends at Dr. Squatch. And if not, I will put it in there for sure. But if it is already, go to that promo code or go to that link in the description. It's not. I have to go add it there right now, but I will. And it's going to be there here in a second. Go spend some money with our friends at Dr. Squatch. The soap shampoo smells great. It's natural. It looks very cool. It is definitely a conversation starter. That's like what kind of thing I would just have like in my living room. And then when someone like Connor Mack comes in and says, What's a black hole? And then you tell them about Dr. Squatch and our friends there. So shout out to Dr. Squatch. The link is in the description right now. So we will give them all the love and support we can. They're our friends, and we support them. All right, let's get into it officially. Say Hey Plays 52. Say Hey Plays 52 underway here officially, and we will talk about the double headers first. We'll start with the Colorado Rockies Washington Nationals doubleheader. I believe we actually have Chad Cool and Yohan Adon starting it out. It's kind of mixed bag. I don't know actually, but these are the pitching matchups. So we'll start with Cool Adon first. Adon, these righties going against each other. Cool last time out, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, and a strikeout there in his return at the Pirates. We kind of thought, or at least I kind of thought he pitched well, but the 4 walks kind of muddled that a bit and not really long enough to get the win. So, start there. And then versus the Giants at home, he goes 3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, a home run allowed, a walk, no strikeouts for the cool man. Don, every time he keeps coming up on this screen, I just have to keep adding a loss. And it's just every time he's on the mound for the Nationals, it's a loss. Last time out versus the Dodgers, of course, that was a loss. 4 2/3, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 4 Ks, 4 walks. At Miami, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 1 run, five off a home run, 2 Ks, and no walks there. So he's looked okay in spots, but just losses everywhere. So we'll see how Adon gets on here. I've had nothing on these games, Connor, and I'll be honest, double headers. I've started to adopt the fuck double headers mantra. So I'm not taking anything here, Connor. What about you?
yeah, smart man. This is game 2 from everything I have,
Okay.
so I want nothing to do with it. Let's talk game 1. We talked about it last night. Let's whip through that real quick.
Yep, Gomber versus Sanchez here. I mean, I like Gomber and Aaron Sanchez. Obviously, he's got his ridiculously high ERA. Uh, Gomber had a good start at versus the Mets at home, but that was at home. His last 2 starts were at home. Now he's going on the road here. And Sanchez, the opposite. Last 2 starts for him for on the road. Comes home. As crazy it is to say, maybe you could look at a first 5 under and just hope that Aaron Sanchez can keep his shit together because the Rockies are 27th this month against righties, 77 weighted runs created plus. But I don't want to do that. So pass for me.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. Now the game's real early in the morning. They did get the night off to kind of relax. Always these early mornings, scream under for me. But 2 not very good pitchers went over this last night with Sanchez. I definitely don't want to back. I don't want the Rockies on the road. But if I had to take this one and it's dropped because of the morning, it's just a 9. And both these bullpens are horrible. Rockies dead last and on the road. Nats are, I don't know, 5th to last. Their ERA or something like that is 4 something. I'd be on the over because I think you could get there late if it doesn't early, like you talked about in the under. So I'd still be on this over if I were to play game 1 here. Lean Rockies, but not enough value. I mean, they're plus 105, whatever they are.
Yeah, I agree with you. And shout out to the chat as well, everyone for joining us and everyone screaming at me that was game 2. I appreciate you guys for letting me know. Moose Money, Johnny Gonzalez in here. Let's slap these bookies like Tommy Pham. I think I will start calling it. Let's go after these bookies like Tommy Pham. Let's give them the Tommy Pham treatment. Hilarious story there. Christopher Comantini, Red Sox smashed that over. Yes. Well, it's, dyslexic, but that's not exactly what you said, but we got it. D. Jenkins, Cheshire Cat, Rodney Barton, Wine Time Sports, Ronnie Umbergia, Bruce Hayward in the joint, Bobby Boucher, the grind to 20 units. It's a real grind, Bobby. It's a real grind. We're on it right now. And I believe one day soon we'll get there. It's a grind that we'll get to. DJ and Woodworker, Eric Jones, HD Tubes, Wine Time Sports. Let's get in there. And there was a Heat comment in there, too, that I'll give your line. D. Jenkins is actually. So congratulations to your Heat. And we'll see in Game 7. See you in Game 7. Cannot wait for that. It's going to be a lot of anxiety there. But we'll talk about something else that gives me anxiety, Connor. The Boston Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox blow a big lead last night. Thank God it didn't have their money line. Thank God we were on the over. That cashed extremely easily. I honestly wanted to go back to it today in game 1. We've got no more over conditions today in Boston. Jordan Lyles, his last 2 starts are at the Yankees, and he looks really good at several points. At the Yankees, I was on him that day. I think that was the day we took the Orioles money line, and he looks great in several points. His numbers or his stat line reads a little worse than it was, but 5, 6 and 2/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. I thought it was a great performance. 8 Ks, 2 walks, 2 home runs allowed there from Lyles and Yankee Stadium. You know how those home runs go. Eovaldi had a great bounce back after his 1 1/3, 5 home run appearance. So that was my main concern, I guess, or the thing that was dissuading me from taking the over. Eovaldi shoving here, and I looked at a Red Sox team total was at 5.5 ish. And I didn't move on anything officially yet, and I wanted to move or talk with you, Connor. 9.5 is my team total or my total right now. What do you think?
Yeah, this one's interesting because the weather hasn't changed really much. I mean, there could be maybe some rain. The wind's still blowing out. But I think game 1, you'd look under here with Evaldi. Yeah, you talked about a good bounce back against the Mariners after getting shelled.
Pitched angry.
Yeah, and he needs to do that because he's an emotional guy kind of on the mound. He starts. It shows when he gives up a jack or 2. So yeah, Orioles are swinging it. I talked about it. They've had a few, their goose eggs in between, but this team's starting to swing it. Mullins, Mancini, Hayes, all these guys, Mountcastle. So there could be more runs. I was looking to game 2. Obviously, they're going to go to the pen here, and it's going to be a full bullpen game, the second one. Another doubleheader, which never been big on. Every show I've been on these years, I just let's cut out the doubleheader talk, especially Saturday morning.
Yep.
The Red Sox, I can't take the number. We talked about the number real quick yesterday. Another, minus 200 here. I couldn't do it. So maybe look team total, but I'll be way far away here. Lyles has done decent. He's gone 6. I mean, he's averaged 6 innings, about 3 runs. You know, it's a borderline quality start there for Lyles all year. Yeah, I'm off.
Yeah, I will say this. I would be leaning towards the over in game one. I'm not going to play it. I think I'll stay off here. I am looking at the comments. Everyone saying over, over. You know, I like it. You know, I think both teams are hitting. And game
Yeah, I
two,
think.
and I will say game two. I think I am going to take the Red Sox in game two. No line yet officially for me, and I didn't have a starter when I was making the graphics, but I believe we got Denny Reyes starting for the Baltimore Orioles. Looking up Denny Reyes, he's made 1 appearance in the majors this year, 2 innings, no hit ball, 2 Ks at Detroit. So, sure. But Josh Winkowski, I will be betting on him in his major league debut for the Red Sox. I'm doing a refresh to see if I could find a game 2 line. But yeah, still no game 2 line for this yet. But I'm going to be on it.
I'm not.
Winkowski. Well,
Good
yeah.
luck.
I mean, I know you're not. There's the double headers are Satan, and I agree with you, Connor. But I think we'll get a good price for the Red Sox here in Game 2 with the unknown of Winkowski is what I'm expecting. It will be ideally like a minus 130 or below. We'll see how Game 1 goes. But Winkowski is the I guess you can call him the star of the Andrew Benintendi trade.
Yeah.
Him and Franchi Cordero and some other guys were a part of that trade. Franchi finally turning into the player that they were hoping to be with speed and patience at first base, shockingly enough. And Witkowski has been doing pretty well in AAA. I mean, he had a bad start last time out, which kind of makes me feel better. You know, works on his stuff now, coming back up to get this start. 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 Ks, no walks last time out. And then before that, he goes 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 9 Ks, 1 walk. So I will be taking the Red Sox probably first 5. And if it's too juicy, it will probably be first 5 run line. So we'll see. Follow me on Twitter at Jose Bouquett, and you
Yeah.
guys will see the play when it comes out. Or you can follow at Say Hey Plays. It'll also be there as well.
Real quick, I'd watch this one. You know, obviously his major league debut. Always like watching it. And yeah, check your lineups. Just see what happened game 1. See who's in game 2 when you're betting these. It's a big deal. So that's all I got.
Exactly. Yeah, it's for sure. It's one of those things you got to watch game 1, and I'll be watching game 1. Today's actually a very big sports day for me, Connor. Liverpool playing the Champions League final, aka the Super Bowl of soccer today. So after this show ends, Connor, immediately after this show ends, I'm going to be getting obliterated. So that will be a interesting afternoon, and we'll make for an interesting tomorrow. Because
Nice.
every day we're doing this show, baby. Every day.
Get it in.
Can't wait. Let's talk about the non-double headers, the real games today. And I'll tell you, Connor, I'm real close to making a dog barking choice here. Brady Singer and the Royals, Chris Archer and the Minnesota Twins here. And the big issue for the damn Royals, alongside with their bullpen, is that their offense is so spotty. It's so annoyingly spotty, and that's the main thing that dissuades me from betting them often. But I like Brady Singer a lot. I think Brady Singer has been phenomenal. He's actually 1-0 this year so far. He's pitched twice this year. He's looked great every time. And early on in the season, I watched his stuff out of the bullpen, and I was like, what are we doing? Why is this guy not starting? And shout out to Matt, my Royals fan friend. You guys know Matt because he comes on the show now. Thinking about it out loud was just hilarious to say. But point is, I want to take Royals first 5 money line here, plus 130. 8th, apparently, are these Royals this month against righties, 115. But, again, spotty offense. It's very hit or miss. Obviously, the Twins are 7th, 117. So they're right there with them. And Archer, last 2 starts for him. Detroit, 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. At Oakland, 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run. He's been good this year. So I think those are the big factors that dissuaded me. I want to take the dog here, but I don't know if I can, Connor.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, both these pitchers just went up against each other, 5 days ago? So, May 22nd.
Yep.
Chris Archer's, living on kind of a string. He's just going 3 or 4, and if he can just get away with giving up a homer, a run, it's been fine with him. He's still walking 2 guys every start, 2 or 3. His K's right around 3 or 4. Singer, you talked about 2 starts. He had a few jams there in that game. I remember watching it, and he got out of a couple bases loaded. But he can get hit. But I've always thought he's better than. I'm surprised that they just kind of left him out this year to pasture. I mean, now he's back starting for him. Tough one here. We liked the Twins yesterday. They came through, jumped on them early. I don't know about today. I think the Twins get to Singer, though, after that great performance. We see some runs, like you said, cross went kind of out to left, 16, 17 miles an hour. I'm off here. As much as I like to take the Royals, I'm waiting until they get going. I mean, it's good to see them scoring some runs a little bit lately and an offense being better, but I'm off here.
Yeah, no, I thought the same things. It's all the same stuff. And Moose Money making a great point too, reminding us Singer saw a lineup without Correa and Buxton last time, so that obviously helps him out a ton. So pass game for me. Ultimately, I don't trust Archer like Cheshire Cat is saying, but he's been rolling. I believe somewhere else said that. I cannot find your name right now, but he's been rolling against the bad teams. I saw that. So I'm off here. Shout out to our guy Man Bear Pig back in the chat. Appreciate you, my guy. He was on a dog last night that cashed. I forgot who he said earlier, but he's on the Royals as well. Might be a little drunk, I guess, but he's on the Royals. So shout out to him.
I backed the Twins, and you got to back Archer, but they've hit Singer pretty well. That's him throwing 7 scoreless. They're still in 344 of him. Some of these guys have really hit him hard here in this lineup. And he talked about Buxton back, Correa. I'd be on the Twins again.
Yeah, I saw those numbers too, and my thought process for sure was like, I'm hoping that this is a different Brady Singer than what they saw, but we'll see for sure. This will be a stay-off game for both of us here. A lot of conflicting factors with 2 interesting pitchers for sure. Let's move on to another game I'm really close to moving on, Connor. I want to take the Cardinals here with Matty Libertador. His debut, I was on a fucking cash by the skin of my teeth, first 5. He didn't help me out in that process. The Cardinals offense did. Back in the rookie, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, a home run, 3 Ks, 2 walks at Pittsburgh. Adrian Hauser on the other side, a savvy pitcher. Got a lot of experience at this point now. Pitching well, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 4 Ks, 2 walks at the Padres and versus the Atlanta Braves last time out. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 1 run allowed. None of them earned, like I said, 6 Ks, 2 walks. I want to take St. Louis here. This is the rubber match of the series. It's 1-1. Both teams want this game badly. The Brewers this month against lefties, 28th, 81 graded plus, while the Cardinals sit at 112 against righties. That's 11th in the league. Short price. I just didn't pull the trigger on it, Connor. I don't know. The last couple of days, it's been short cards for me. It's been splits. I'm not complaining about it, but like I just been last couple of days, just not been, favorable matchups, I guess.
Yeah, this one is borderline for me here as well. I want to take the Cardinals. I just don't love it. Hauser's been pretty good so far this year. I also kind of was looking at, the first 5 under here. That's what I circled last night. These teams meet, they're tight. In Liberatore, I'm a little bit worried, but this Brewers team doesn't hit lefties too well. But man, tough one here. I just can't back him. As much Cardinals came through last night, 4-2. Was happy with that. I think I'm going to stay off here, but definitely lean Cardinals and definitely lean under here. I don't know if I want to go, full game first 5, but that's where I'd lean.
Yeah, I thought the same thing
Under.
too. I didn't know if I wanted to go full game or first 5, but I do like the under look as well. Moose Money feeling good about his Cardinals division look. I like it as well. I didn't make an official move on that, but when asked about my series or my division, there we go, thinking what the word was, division projections, it was definitely Cardinals in this division. I do have them to make the playoffs at plus 110, which is going to cash, thankfully. Move on to the next game here. I'm not going to move on that right now. I'll sit and think about it. Cards money line would be my play here. First 5 or full game, not sure. Next game, we'll talk about Rangers A's. Honestly, this is the most forgettable series of the night. Every time it's late at night because it's on the West Coast. There's better games on the West Coast every time. So pass altogether. And by the way, I'm realizing I have the pictures from yesterday up on there. It's actually Taylor Hearn versus Zach Loge on the bump here. Not those guys. So I'll just take those off. Taylor Hearn, 2-3, the 5.57 battle of lefties here. I love to see that always. At Houston, last time out for Hearn, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, a home run, 2 Ks, 2 walks. And then versus the LA Angels at home, 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 home runs there, 2 Ks, 3 walks. Taylor Hearn's a very meh lefty right now. Just don't have anything to really say about him. He goes out there, does his job, throws his 4 or 5 innings, holds the team to 3 or less on a good day. Loge on the other side at Seattle, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 home runs there, 6 Ks, 4 walks. At Minnesota, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 Ks, 2 walks. The Oakland A's allegedly smashed lefties, 113 weighted runs created plus. That's 6th in the league, but that number has been slowly dropping. And while the Texas Rangers are at 91, which is 21st in the league. So nothing here again for me. Again, this is just total just snooze fest blast series with 2 AOS bottom dwellers. So no thanks.
Yeah, snooze fest here. Hearn just kind of hasn't been good all year. Loge was pretty good and got ripped. Mariners got him for 7 runs. Shout out to the Mariners. We'll get to them later with the win yesterday. I'd be on the A's here. I want this under with these 2 lefties. I'd be on the A's and I'd be on the under, but the wind's blowing dead out again to center. 10 to 12 miles an hour. There was an over last night. Rangers scored a ton late to win that game. A's got 5, I think, in the 4th. Nothing else. The rest of the game, shitty to watch them. Get runs with 1 inning and nothing else. That's like the Rays. The Rays got nothing. So I talked about that yesterday. 1 inning and nothing the whole game. Yeah, this is dead pass. As much as I can't take the under. This needs to be like a 9, 9.5. It's an 8. With these offenses, it's a pass. But I like the A's like you talked about. They haven't been great, but when I do like them, maybe against the lefty, still just don't love this lineup. It's just, it's at the bottom of the barrel. Maybe a good AAA lineup or something, or it's nothing I want to bet right now.
No, I agree with you. Shout out to Brothers and Bets joining us in the chat. My man Vinny Hublot, or Hublo, you should say actually. Christopher Comatini rants in here as well. Wallaby King joining us. This past game for me, West Coast, best coast, but nothing for the offense here. Let's move on to Cleveland, Detroit. Game that was supposed to be happening yesterday. Fideo versus Bieber. We talked about it a bit yesterday, so we don't have to spend too much time on it, Connor. But first 5 under here would be my lean. Too juicy for me. It's a 3.5, so it's really low. But yeah, nothing here. Both these offenses stink. Hopefully this game actually gets played. So nothing, Connor. What about you?
Yeah, we went over this yesterday. So tune into the show yesterday. Click it. We go over it. As much as I want to take the Tigers here, this is a home dog. I know Bieber's on the mound. The Guardians shouldn't be minus 150 on the road to anybody. Bieber or no Bieber. Look at his record. Faedo's been decent like we talked about yesterday. And it's too sharp, this total. I still lean the under, but like you talked about, 3 in the hook. I'm off here. But Tigers are borderline, man. I'd like to pull the trigger. They have really shoved it. I talked about it yesterday. It's a team, them and the Royals, have not been good dogs for me, whether it's been at home or on the road. I kind of like them here. So yeah, maybe I'll get there.
For sure, both of those teams were supposed to be like popular, like good, like bounce back, like progressing teams, and they were supposed to be good dogs this year, just not panning out. The offenses have been meh as well. Shout out to Ron Crawford.
They just faced each other real quick, Jose, too.
Yeah,
5 days ago. Yeah.
Yes, they did. Yeah. So I mean, and Bieber gave up 3 runs there, 2 of them earned, and Faedo gave up 2 himself, 5 1/3 and 7 respectively. So a 3.5 is a ballsy number, is what we're saying here. So that's why I'm passing here. By the way, Damon Santori has the change of baseball made it less entertaining to anyone else. The starters going 4 innings kill me. I don't hate that take. I do kind of miss the starters going deep into games. Obviously, I've grown up in this era, so I'm a little more used to it, of course. But yeah, and we'll talk about Ron Crawford's spreadsheet play of the day here in a second. It's in the chat, so shout out to you, Ron. Appreciate you for joining us as well. Let's move on real quick. Miami, Atlanta here, and I thought this was the most confusing line of the morning, and it's obviously started. It's moved a lot since I made the graphic. Sandy Alcantara versus Tucker Davidson here. And at first, when I woke up, it was a plus 102 for the Marlins. And I was like, that's extremely weird. Why are we getting plus money with Sandy Alcantara versus Tucker Davidson? And I was like, I'll wait. And right now, as I refresh my Bovada, it is now at minus 106. It is coming hard. And I just didn't get it, Connor. And I thought it was a really fishy line to start off. So I didn't move on it. I mean, I wouldn't hate on moving it now, but obviously getting the ass under the line is no one's favorite thing. But Braves against, or I should say, the Marlins against lefties are dead last, 30th, 76 weighted runs created plus, and I think that was like the big red flag factor making the Braves favorites here at home. But I just couldn't get there, could not believe it. So, Connor, what did you do in this one?
Yeah, I might be pulling the trigger here. It's Tucker here. It's all on him. Sandy's been good on the road. Braves have been swinging it. I think that's why this line's where it's at. They're finally getting healthy, that lineup. Shout out, hit it, Jose. $20 dono, hit it.
I don't have your freaking.
Just give a shout out, brother. It's your show. Hit it.
I appreciate shout out to the Big Smooth. Of course, he's going to get a banner. I was like, I don't have the dono train. What are we talking about? That's
don't need to do it. It's just your show, brother. Hit it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate. Shout out to the Big Show. He's our Big Show. I say Big Smooth here. Big Smooth. All the bigs. If you have a big in front of your name, you're automatically a friend of the pub. Shout out to Big Smooth. I appreciate the time and thoughts. Cash some tickets today. He is going to get a banner. That is for sure banner worthy right there. So shout out to you, Big Smooth. But perfect. Yes, sorry, I was in the middle of a deep thought of taking the Marlins or Braves here. And I was wondering what to do here, and I was like, "What are we hitting?"
Hey, no, right when you $20 dono, automatic stop everything. Fucking shout out, read that shit. I love it.
No, you're right.
Real quick, let's get to this. Davidson, that's just my problem here. But what I love is the Marlins can't hit a lick, like you talked about against lefties. Dead freaking last. I like the first 5 under 4.5. It's minus 110. And I like the Marlins still plus 105. Some spots right around there. Can they get enough runs? That's why I'm on the under here. But good old Tucker is just, he gets lit up. Can he get me through? Can he get 4 innings? And maybe, Marlins can't hit. Give me the under 4.5 first 5.
I'm gonna roll with that as well, Connor. I think the line opening up the way it did makes me feel like Tucker is going to have a good start. The Marlins offense being as poor as it has been against lefty this month apparently also contributes to that. And thinking Sandy does his thing. Weird line, man. Just a weird line to open up. He's to see Sandy Alcantara as an underdog this year. Just not something you see all the time. But yeah, first 5 under 4.5 as well for me, minus 110. Rolling with that. So thank you, Connor. That was a good look there. Let's hope that Tucker keeps it together. And as Moose Money says, Tucker is a walkathon. Let's limit the walks today, Tuck man. Let's how about it? One time for the one time, Tucker. Let's move on to.
He is. That's the key. I mean, That's what just backbreaker, couple walks, big double, homer. You're effed.
I mean, last 2 starts, by the way. Last 2 starts real quick. 4 walks, 3 walks. Not going to cut it.
Yeah.
Not going to cut it. But let's move on to Rod Crawford's spreadsheet play of the day. Gotta hit it when Ron's here. Appreciate you, Ron, of course. Yankees. He's on the Yankees today. Garrett Cole versus Corey Kluber here. You guys know how I feel about Garrett Cole. I think now the pricing perhaps is starting to realize that he's no longer the best pitcher on the Yankees staff. That would be Nestor Cortez, my cousin, and then followed by perhaps by Jamison Tyone. And then maybe Luis Severino or Garrett Cole. Maybe Garrett Cole has a chance to be the third best starter in New York. Who knows? I don't know. Just my humble opinions. Corey Kluber also sucks, though. I think that I faded both of these pitchers quite frequently this year. Well, not this year, just lifetime, I guess, in the last couple of years. So I'm off this game, Connor. Nothing to do with this. Yankees trying to complete a little sweep here. Though I don't know if they're playing tomorrow, but little 3-game beatdown of the Rays, which is, I mean, how many times have the Yankees gone to the Trop and taken 3 from the Rays? So I'll pass this game. Ron Crawford, shout out to you. I'm not going to go against spreadsheet, of course, but pass for me.
Yeah, the Rays were the lone loss yesterday, but doesn't scare me to go right back to them here. They have owned Garrett Cole's. Just, whether they've been at home or on the road, they hit this guy.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And hit
it's
homers
so
off him.
Funny.
But you got to back Kluber, basically. But I'm like, can this guy get me through 4 or 5 innings? Yankees are a different machine right now. They're very, very good. But I'd be on the Rays. Way too much value here, plus 130. We will see at the end of the show if I take the Rays again. It would be kind of shitty back-to-back days if they get me. But this is the way I look. Garrett Cole's been good. He's been Garrett Cole. He should be. Guy gets paid fucking whatever he gets, $35 million a year. I don't even know.
Yeah.
At this point, but I don't know. It's Rays or nothing here. Give me the dog at home.
Yeah, I think
they don't get swept.
I think I'm going to add a prop, which, as you guys know, I think I've done like 3 times this whole year. But I think one of the funniest things in baseball is just sometimes when a guy owns you, and it doesn't matter if he is Mike Trout. It doesn't matter if he's a G-Man Choi in this instance. And G-Man Choi owns Garrett Cole. And it's so funny. I don't know. It's just the way that G-Man Choi looks. Little tubby first baseman. Round face syndrome. Just dominating arguably the best pitcher in baseball. The most expensive pitcher in baseball. It just makes me laugh. But Danzo here put in the stats. 571, 14 plate appearances, 3 home runs for G-Man. Diaz, 417 average and 24 plate appearances, a home run. Lau, I think is he coming back? Is he playing? Because I thought he was on the injured list. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, Tampa Bay owns Cole is what Danzo's point is. So I think I'm going to take the
G-Man. He's not in.
G-Man Choi. Is G-Man Choi not in?
No, he's in. Lau's not in.
Oh, yeah, okay, great. So G-Man Choi, I'm going to take him over a half base, minus 118. You can get him over a half hit at minus 124, but I didn't really understand the price difference there. So I'll take the half base at minus 118 for me officially. G-Man Choi, another weird prop for me to play there, but I'm taking it. So it's going to be fun for me there, Connor. And by the way, Ron Walsack, 4-game series for these.
We got it, yeah. Okay,
thank you.
Cool. They got to get one, so starts today.
Choi over a half base at 118 for the props. I don't think I've hit one, by the way, Connor. I think I'm 0 for 3 in props this year. So how about we break one, huh? Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it, bro. Yeah.
Next game on our docket here, Connor. I got the starter a little late here, so I'm glad that they released it. We've got Alex Wood versus Vlad the Impaler Gutierrez here. Alex Wood has been, kind of hit or miss this year, to be honest. It's been, a lot of like 4, 5, 3 innings. Last time out, specifically 3 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs against the Padres, 4 Ks, 2 walks. Not going to cut it. At the Colorado Rockies, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 Ks, 1 run there. At Coors, you can kind of understand it too. And I think that was a back-to-back too for Wood. I don't remember. I didn't write down the third start there. But it is definitely a giant spot here. The price is a little shorter than you would expect, to be honest. Vlad Gutierrez, last time out for him versus the Cubs, 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, a home run, 5 Ks, 2 walks. And then versus the Milwaukee Brewers at home, he goes 4 2/3, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 home runs, 6 Ks, 2 walks here. Nothing for me here, Connor. Perhaps a team total overlook for the Giants, but nothing.
Yeah, and I can't take that. I'd go run line with them. Giants here spot as well.
Yeah, I don't
It's
hate that.
tough. Gutierrez should not be in a rotation, period. I mean, just I'm waiting him to throw one, decent game. I mean, he had a few early on that were all right, but yeah, Giants, I thought the Giants would be 3-0. I'm just glad it stayed under. And we all, fam bitch slapped Jock for fantasy football. A little
Is
strange interview too.
No, that was hilarious. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love how Jock would just like explain like every detail of it too. It was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was just
well,
like real slow and calm. Yeah.
I put my guy on the IL or the IR, and I picked up someone else, and they didn't like it or whatever. It's wild to me. I love how they basically got into a fight at the workplace about fantasy football. They're just like us, Connor. They're just like us.
Oh yeah, no, and baseball players are crazy about it. The drafts they have on these teams, it's insane. I'm sure you've seen it. Like they're crazy about it. But back to this one, Giants are nothing. They lose last night. Another lefty. Reds got it done against Rodon. We talked about them being at the bottom of the barrel. Maybe they're ahead of the Marlins now. You said Marlins were dead last, but Reds can't be too far behind. So Giants spot here. Giants run line. It's a little bit better than that team total. And yeah, I'd lean over at a 10, but stay away here.
Tommy Pham can't be playing in this game, right? There's no chance.
I don't.
He's probably just like sitting and waiting for a suspension. But
yeah, I think so.
I just please. I'm not gonna check the schedule. I'm just gonna let this surprise me. Please let these teams play again with Tommy Pham in the lineup. Please.
He's expected, but I don't think he's gonna be in. I don't know.
No, I don't think so either. I think he'll probably get a suspension for that. And I actually wouldn't be surprised at all if the Reds released him. I think he's like their most expensive player and the only like guy they signed this offseason because they needed something. And it's not going too well for them. So shout out to Tommy Pham for giving Jock Peterson the Will Smith treatment.
Yeah, he got. You remember a few years ago, he got stabbed. He won a bunch of money in a nightclub. Yeah, it was last year. So
Tommy Pham, wild boy, that Tommy Pham is.
From Vegas, Durango High School. He's about the same age as me too. Yeah, Tommy Pham. Oh, shout out to Tommy Pham.
You guys could have been boys, is what you're saying.
No, he's on the other side of town, but guy can hit. He's been in the big leagues for 14 years or whatever.
Yeah, his services has been needed in the majors for a while. Oh my God, my love for Tommy Pham. I don't know if it's increased or decreased, but what a character he is. What a character. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Chicago series we've got going on here. White Sox, Cubs, Cueto on the bump again. 2 starts, fucking goose egg as ERA so far. 0 at the Yankees, dominates them. Everyone kind of figured, all right, Cueto, you do good against the Royals. Let's see you go against the Bronx Bombers. And he fucking finessed them. 6 hits, no earned runs, 5 Ks, 2 walks, over 6. Fantastic from Johnny Cueto. And as we'll say, every time he'll come up on the bump, it'll be the magic question. How long will this last? Chicago rolls out Keegan Thompson, who's 4-0 on a shit Chicago Cubs team and a sub-2 ERA. He's been kind of in and out between a starter, pen, opener kind of deal, but he's started his last 2 appearances versus Arizona at home, 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks, no walks. Versus the Pirates, 5 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 5 Ks, no walks. Is he good? I don't know. I'm staying off this game personally because I don't know if the White Sox are good.
I don't think they are.
Jimmy made his White Sox to win the division bet, and as every day goes by, I'm like, are these White Sox are they going to win this division? Because I don't know anymore. I really don't. This team is starting to worry me, and you guys know I'm very hyper-reactive, dramatic, emotional, all that good stuff. So maybe I'm just being a little hyper-reactive right now, but I don't know. We'll see about these White Sox.
Yeah, I got no faith in them. Really? I mean, can they win the division? Yeah. But I don't know who said it in the chat. Last night when I was looking at this, the wind's blowing in. I'm worried. One of these two, Thompson's not as good as the record. Even Cueto, I mean, both starts, nothing. Dude, he's just old, that funky ass, because he didn't pitch well in the minors. His starts in the minors weren't great. He was going 3 innings and giving up 4 or 5 runs. I lean under. It's just a lean. I'm not going to get to the window either. It's always, Cubs, White Sox. You kind of throw it out, rivalry here. Even though the White Sox are a little bit better. Pass.
Yeah, definitely going to be a pass game for me. By the way, I'm realizing with all the Miami Heat lovers in the chat right now, I'm realizing I have to jump on the NBA Pub Hub on Sunday and just get my shit talk off. Because I hate the Heat. I'll tell you this right now. The Heat are my least favorite NBA franchise because of what they did to me with LeBron, what they did to me in the bubble with Bam Adebayo, and right now, I cannot fucking stand the Heat. And I'm all the comments, I'm not going to lie, they're getting to me. I'm fuming a little bit, but it's not about the Celtics today. It's about Liverpool and it's about the Red Sox. So we'll address all you Heat lovers on Sunday, Game 7. Fucking take years off my life. All right, Connor, let's talk about the game that I wanted to move on. And it's the closest thing I came to moving on a game thus far. Well, I do have one play officially. Well, 2 actually. Shout out to G-Man. But I wanted to take the Dodgers here because it's time, Connor. I think Merle Kelly's time is up. Unfortunately, he has seen the Dodgers simply too many times, and I think the Dodgers are going to start. Well, they already started, I should say, and I'm going to say they continue teeing off on Merle Kelly. At the Dodgers last time, for him, it was 2 starts ago, I should say. I guess 1 start ago. 2 innings, 5 hits, 8 runs there, 4 walks, 2 Ks. So I think they got him figured out, essentially. And I want to take the team totals in some form or fashion. What do you think, Connor?
Yeah, he's at home here. Gonsolin has owned the D-backs, whether it's been here or at home. I mean, he's pitched well. Catman. So far this year. This though for Kelly, he gets ripped by the Dodgers, but he has a good start, in there every year. The Dodger bats are just swinging it well. I want this first 5 under 5 a little bit. It pushed yesterday with a D-backs run in the bottom of the 5th. We didn't play it. We mentioned it. And then the game, I think, pushed. It got to 10.5 though, right? That total, it stayed under, I believe.
Let me see. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So in the end, he might get hit. It's just a lean for me. I don't blame anyone. Dodgers run line. They're my team. I'm not gonna fucking, when there's value on, as the season goes on, though, they're going to start being minus 300. They're going to be huge. I'm going to take, go against them at times. But, nothing right here.
Man, I'm starting to think after you say Dodgers run line at minus 115 right now does not look bad either.
It's going to get fucking worse. It's going to,
Yeah, it's going to get higher and higher as the season goes on, obviously. And we all know like the early season streak about the Dodgers cashing repeatedly. I like the over in this game too. I think that's all just, maybe that's all like bias driven because I think the Dodgers are going to take care of business today. Like I think they can get 9 themselves, honestly. But yeah, I'll move on the Dodgers team or Dodgers run line here. That'll be my third play of the day here. Dodgers run line minus 1.5 there at minus 115 for me. Going to be interesting, and I have to write down that I'm on fucking G-Man over a half base at minus 118 too, or I'm going to forget because I do not take those player props often. It's going to be interesting. Cannot wait to see how that goes for me. And by the way, what I once thought was a chat that was with me, now very much against me now here, Connor. A lot of Real Madrid fans too today. A lot of Benzema love today. The haters are out. But I appreciate everyone watching. A lot of tears are going to be had today if Liverpool wins. So I hope you guys drink my tears tonight if Real Madrid does come out on top. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a fun, tight game. Phillies, Mets next time out. Eflin now go on the bump here. Supposed to go yesterday. Gets to start today. Get avoiding it. All that good stuff. Walker on the bump for the Mets, excuse me. And he's been a lot better than I expected, honestly. And I don't want to get like tricked into Walker, like early season Walker, and then he turns into late season Walker like last year. But he's doing it right now at the Rockies last time out. Another spot where we all think a pitcher going into Colorado thinks he'll probably struggle. Walker says, psych, 7 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs, 6 Ks, 2 walks. So very impressive, and he's 2-0 with a 2.7 ERA versus the St. Louis Cardinals, too. Another good hitting team we think could be a division winner, make the playoffs this year for sure. 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 Ks, 2 walks. Another pretty okay start there. Mets, 120 weighted runs created plus against righties this month. And the Phillies are always just a horror show. And I just betting on the Phillies has always made me sick this year. I'm off this game too. Eflin is more of the unknown. He's pitched well, but I don't trust him either. I've got trust issues, I guess. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs off 2 home runs, 12 Ks, 2 walks versus the Dodgers at home. A very, very impressive start there. But I just can't get there, unfortunately. Cannot get there for me, Connor.
I can't get there either. God, I need more with this Phillies team. One thing is Walker's been good, and is it? Yeah, just early Walker. Yeah, because the Phillies own this guy. I mean, they just rip his ass. He's given up 12 homers. Eflin's given up 2. They're hitting 284, 289 off these pitchers. Maybe it's those runs yesterday under. I'd only be on the over at 8.5. That's the only way I could look. I got to fade Walker. I know he's pitched well. He's at home. He's usually better there. But that'd be my only play here, and I might make it official. I'm just not sure yet.
I don't hate it, honestly. And we will say 1-0.
Those bullpens, too, real quick, Jose. Even if there's no runs there, I don't trust the Phillies. The Mets have been okay. They're penned, but yeah, that's why.
Mark Schillinger, by the way, reminding us about G-Man Choi props, and he says home run 700 right now, apparently. Interesting. I didn't hear a Jack of the Day from Connor, but very interesting.
I got some guys written down here.
I thought you would.
I'll be right.
By the way, 2-0. 2-0 Baltimore Red Sox right now. The over, well on its way, unfortunately. Well on its way. Connor comes back. It's a long show, obviously. I understand that. Let's move on to the Toronto Blue Jays, Los Angeles Angels here. Kikuchi versus Michael Lorenzen here. And I like the over. I think this is another lane for me. Did not get there officially on the window, but Kikuchi has pitched well at home in his last couple of starts, and I think going on the road here will be something that affects him here. A 4 1/3, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 Ks, 3 walks versus the Cincinnati Reds at the Rogers Center. And then he goes 6 innings, 1 hit ball, no earned run, 6 Ks versus Seattle Mariners here. Michael Lorenzen also has looked really good as well. Ooh, look at that. Angels triple up from Moose Money there. Money line, run line, team total. What number did you get that team total at? 4, 4.5? Let us know, Moose Money. Michael Lorenzen has looked good on the other side, but I don't know how long that'll last. And by the way, every time he comes up to pitch, the Twitter accounts are all just sending out pictures of him like just looking jacked. I'm just like, man, you could tell this guy was a two-way player once upon a time. And by the way, Moose Money got to 4, -110. Lorenzen, last 2 starts for him. Oakland at home, 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 5 Ks, 2 walks. And then at Oakland again, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 3 Ks, and 1 walk there. He's been kind of eating off of the bottom feeders, which is a little concerning for him, or for me at least. Let me pull up Lorenzen's stats to make sure, or to show you guys, or signify my point, I guess you should be saying. At Oakland, he does that back-to-back, gives up 1 and 2 starts. The Nationals, he gives up 5. The White Sox, he gives up 3. Those are, the Nationals not a good team, but their lineup has been hitting well this month. And the White Sox obviously have a good lineup, but Cleveland, he gives up no runs. And then Miami gives up 1. So very interesting. I think I'm definitely leaning over towards this game. The Blue Jays have been hitting. All of our Canadian friends, like we said yesterday, blind betting the Blue Jays now. Money line, I got screwed first 5 with them. That was my lone loss yesterday, of course, getting the -0.5, but they win the full game, I believe. So I will. I think I'm going to stay off this game. Connor, what do you have on this? Maybe you convince me to take the over.
Yeah, I'd be on the over here a little bit at 8.5. Seems like the perfect day for the sticks to come out. There in Anaheim. I always like the offense there. Kikuchi's been decent. Angels have hit him well, 50 ABs. They're in 365 homers. Otani's got to him. Trout. Taylor Ward, 5 for 4, back in the lineup with a homer. I like the Angels to bounce back. This is the perfect day. Fade Kikuchi. I like the Angels. I like the over here.
I'm going to move officially on the over, and I like Moose Money's looks on the Angels as well. I'm not going to move on the money line or team total and all that, like his triple up, but I am on this over 8.5 at -110 for me. Here we go, writing it down so we do not forget. And by the way, Red Sox escaped from their jam, and it's only 1-0. So they escape 1-0, and the Rockies are up early on Gomber. Oh, never mind. They just got a lot of
3-2.
scoring. Yeah, I was about to
3-2.
say. I was going to say 3-0, and then
Shitty pitchers.
As I was saying that 3-2. So there you go. There's the early baseball coming at you. There we go. Nelson Cruz. All right, not the last game. We've got 2 more here. Second to last game on our slate here. We've got the Houston Astros and Seattle Mariners. My guy, Logan Gilbert, versus a fellow Jose and Urquidy here. And honestly, Connor Mack, it's been Logan Gilbert's May or whatever fuck month we're in right now, June, whatever, has been shit. He gave up 1 earned run all last month, and now this month he's given up 14-ish. And I still want to back him here, Connor. I still want to take Seattle for a first 5 money line. -105 here. Urquidy has looked good, but he's had 1 start at the Mariners this year. Gave up, I believe it was 6 or 4. I can't remember now off the top of my head. I saw it earlier, but gave up a bunch of earned runs. I like Gilbert. He has not faced the Astros this year. I thought he would for sure. Has not faced them this year, so you get that little familiarity bonus or non-bonus, whatever you want to call it. So I want to take Seattle here, but I've been burned by them so many fucking times this year. It's unbelievable. They are absolutely the team that is going to screw me the most, money wise, future wise this year, because I keep taking them and they keep losing. So I'll stay off here for right now. Maybe if you talk me into it, Connor, tell me about these game and tell me you're on the fucking Mariners.
Yeah, I like the Mariners a little bit in this one. I like the under. I like Gilbert as well. I mean, 7 innings, 3 runs isn't too bad. So his last 2 starts. Yeah, he's walked a few more lately. That is a problem of his. That's not good with the Astros. You don't want to walk a few and give up a double or a homer like we talked about. Yeah, I lean Mariners and I lean under. I don't know if I get there. This is a late game tonight. Here,
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait on this one.
Too. I like the first 5 under especially.
I do like it, and it's good to see the Mariners swing it. Their lineup looking a little. You said Lewis was back. He had Jack. Rodriguez. Hopefully they could get going for you and your. Don't you have an over ticket with them?
Yep. I'm looking at my whiteboard where I have all of my futures written down. I forgot the number. I can't even see it from over here because I'm blind as a fucking bat. I think it's like 85.
You need him to win.
86.
Let's just say that.
Need him to win. So 85 or 86 wins, make the playoffs, break the longest playoff streak in professional sports. Please and thanks. But I'm not moving on them officially here today, I think. I'm going to stay off.
Yeah, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. See how the day goes. Small lean on them. I wish the price was a little bit better. And a lean on this first 5 under 4, -110.
Brian Warner asking, Jose, what's the best underline you've seen today or you're seeing today? Honestly, it might be this one. I'm looking around. I don't hate Miami Atlanta as well. I don't have the numbers written down. I'm just looking at the pictures and looking at the notes, scrolling through them again. Yeah, I think it's this one or Miami Atlanta. I think Connor, do you have a quick opinion on that?
Yeah, there was a few. We already took the Miami Atlanta. I did. I also think the White Sox Cub. I don't know if it makes my card with those pitchers. It's tough, but that wind blowing in 4.5 there. I look at the Dodgers. I don't know if I get there, but 5 runs to me. But that shit, I don't know about that one. And then lastly, this one. Those are kind of my 3 or 4.
There you go. Brian, shout out to you, my man. Thanks for watching as always. Pittsburgh Pirates, San Diego Fathers round out our card here. Joe Musgrove, 5-0, 1.90 ERA. And I want to bring you into the nerd corner real quick. Connor, have you ever heard of seam shifted wake?
Come again.
So apparently there's this.
I heard it. I'm just go.
So there's this new thing, and I don't know if it's new, but they've been talking about it the last year or so called seam shifted wake. Moose Money, being a pitching coach, might have heard about this before, but essentially, it's like it messes with like the regular physics of how a ball should travel, and you would think the ball normally goes one way, but then it depends how you hold it and how they spin it. It'll go a different way, and it'll kind of just like disappear from your brain. The hitters are not picking it up. And it's primarily sinkers and changeups that are doing this. And it's sinker ballers like Gausman, people like that as well, also doing it. And I'm reading up on it. And it's pretty interesting. And teams like the Giants specifically are looking for those pitchers. And I listened to Gausman in an interview talk about how the Giants were the ones who really brought this to his attention and how they're like scouting and drafting specifically for this. So I can tell you right now, Joe Musgrove was on the list of people with seam shifted sinkers and stuff like that. So I can see why he's having a lot of success. And I find it very interesting and fascinating. If you guys want to do your own research on seam shifted weight or whatever it's called, I already fucking forgot what it's called, but
sorry, I had to cough there.
no worries. Do your thing. But it's crazy. Two seam fastballs and Brian Warner said talking about a two seam fastball splitters also on that list as well. That's why Gausman's on there. But it's really interesting, and it's just essentially like the ball is just not being able to be perceived by hitters. It has to do with the Magnus effect and all this just super smart shit that it's just like way over my head. But it makes a lot of sense. And then, like I said, Gausman, Musgrove, those guys are on the list. I actually wrote down a few names. I'll list them out here. Framber Valdez is one of the guys that does it. His sinker. Kyle Hendricks is like the poster boy of this. He is a really big seam shifted sinker. Tanner Houck on that list is number one. Actually, was shocking to me. That made me happy. Max Fried, Jack Flaherty, Musgrove, and Sonny Gray, all on the list of guys that do it as well. Those are like the big notable starters that I looked. Do some Googling on it, insert inferred spin, an observed spin, all that good stuff. It's very fascinating if you're a baseball head. All that to say, I have nothing on this game. This game is not bettable for me.
All that for nothing?
All that for nothing. I've got nothing on this game. I think the Padres don't hit very well, obviously. It screwed me last night. Luke Voigt pulled a 3-run home run out of his ass and got that push for me, thankfully. But nothing here. Both these offenses are putrid right now. Perhaps a team total under for the Pirates, perhaps, if you got those kind of
2.5. I looked at that. And it's
What about a first five? Yeah. First five team total, perhaps you can get. If you get like under a half, you hope for a shutout there, but that's kind of ballsy as well. But yeah, nothing for me on this one.
Yeah, nothing for me here. Padres, they shouldn't be this number, even against the Pirates. I lean under. You get the 4, minus 125, or this 3.5 at even money. I love unders at this ballpark. That'd be the way to go. And your seam there seems like a spin doctor talk with him when the next time he comes on the show. I'm sure he would go in depth with you with that, Jose.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, I'm sure he's probably got that like accounted in his model. He's like, huh, I've been knowing about this for years.
Yeah,
So
come
shout
on.
out to the doc. He's very knowledgeable about all that stuff. But like in the middle of me doing all my research for the day, listening to a podcast, I heard about it, and it was like an hour just digression, just reading about that stuff, and it's fascinating. If you like the art of pitching, and mainly for me, what I was thinking about was like if we could find these guys, if we could just be like that guy throws a seam shifted sinker, that guy throws a seam shifted two seam. It'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna bet on this fucking guy today. That would be my application of it in the gambling world, obviously. But we'll see. I think as time will go on, there'll be like a fucking stat that has like all this stuff, so it'll be interesting
Yeah.
for you. So it was an interesting card, Connor, and I will say an hour, a tight hour for us. Well, I think it was like 17 games for us. Everyone loves the pace. It's lovely. By the way, I forgot to mention this. Danzo reminded me, Brian, I should say, Moose Money saying the Padres are almost two runs worse at home than they are on the road, and he likes Musgrave's K prop. And Pepco Park saying that it's playing huge right now, especially with damp cool weather. So look at that. Look at that. So shout out to our guys there. Let's recap our plays real quick, Connor. I'll let you start it off today. I started yesterday. I'm a gentleman. I'm a scholar. I'll let you begin your official plays today for Say Hey Plays 52.
Yeah, let's get right into it. Marlins Braves, first 5 under 4.5. Tucker, come on, Tucker. Just shut out that Marlins team. Can't, hit lefties. I think Sandy will be all right. He's got good numbers against the Braves. First 5 under 4.5, minus 110. Phillies Mets over 8.5. I'm going right back to the well. I don't trust these pitchers. And maybe they shove, pitch well. Fuck it. Phillies Mets over 8.5. Angels minus 110. I'm also going to take a piece run line as well. Plus 170. I want that plus money in this game, but for sure for the show here, Angels win, beat the Blue Jays. I like the over as well, the 8.5. I lean that way in that game. And lastly, I pulled the trigger. These were the leans. Giants run line, of course, we talked about, and I'm thinking Dodgers D-backs first 5 under 5, but I don't know if I get there. Rays plus 130. Gotta take it. Can't leave the plus money on the table. Hates going to get Ron Crawford's spreadsheet, but I got to do it. They got me last night. 0 runs yesterday, Jose. Team gets 0 runs. I like them to bounce back and get a couple the next day. So give me the Rays plus 130. I don't know.
Beautiful. Fuck you, Garrett Cole, is what Connor Mack is saying. That is what I heard in that breakdown. I've got 4 plays today, 4 more than I thought coming into the show. I thought today might be one of those days like, am I not going to have any plays today? Like, I just really don't like anything, but of course not. We're always putting up plays. What do you think we are, guys? For number 1, we've got that Braves Marlins first 5 under 4.5 at minus 110. Let's fucking go. Come on. Me and you, Connor, together here. Got the Dodgers run line minus 115. G-Man Choi over a half base at minus 118. The G-Man fading Garrett Cole, hitting 500 against him, which again is just so funny. I'm picturing G-Man Choi, and it just makes me happy to think that guy owns Garrett Cole. So that makes me very happy. And last one for me is the LA Angels Toronto Blue Jays over 8.5. I got it at minus 110 for me. Those are my 4 best bets. Say hey plays of the day, official plays for the show. That is what we'll do here. Let's shout out everyone in the chat. Thank you all for joining us. Danzo, Fade That Guy's Picks, Cheshire Cat, Moose Money, of course. Everyone, Damon Santori, Ronnie Ambergia, Ergo Caustics. Shout out to you, my guy. The Dab Father, Wallaby King, Roger that. Thank you, or I should say thank you. Good job on cashing out that parlay. I'm glad that you cashed it out because the Red Sox imploded last night. Wine Time Sports. Oh wow, 5-3. Rockies Nats now. What a time. Connor, do you have any final thoughts today to wrap up this show?
Nope. Let's just win. Just win, baby. Al Davis, just win.
Just win, baby. A shout out to the legend Al Davis. Very good 30 for 30 on him, as always. Very creepy they did the CGI shit, but whatever. Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll be back again a Sunday morning. I'm going to go get drunk. Up the fucking Reds. Liverpool wins today the Champions League. Cannot wait for that. Benzema, you French bastard, get out of my face. I'm going to fight you today. You and all of your Real Madrid lovers. Terry Coker and AOD, I'll fight you guys on Sunday. Miami Heat going down. Jimmy Butler doesn't have another one of those in him. He's scared. Kyle Lowry's the Pillsbury Doughboy out there. And I can't fucking wait, Connor. Let's have a day. Say hey, and let's go.